You were Julian Monroy.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Monroy, you're charged with unlawful carrying of a weapon. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir.
On February 2nd, 2025, an officer was dispatched to 8511 Leander Street in Houston, Harris County, Texas, in response to a shots fired call. Dispatch noted that 10 shots had been reported fired in the area at the location. When the officer arrived, he observed 7 males standing around 2 vehicles at the location the shots had reportedly been fired from. The officer saw in plain view a 9mm handgun laying in the back seat of one of the vehicles. The officer asked the owner of the vehicle if he knew that there was a gun in the vehicle. The defendant, who was standing next to the owner, responded that the gun was his. The firearm had an empty magazine loaded into it. The officer checked the area around the vehicle and found 8 spent 9mm shell casings. The defendant stated he had purchased the gun today in the streets for $500. The defendant is 17.
Sir, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with the case. I'm ordering you as a condition of your bond not to be in possession of weapons. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
If I find that you're in possession of a weapon, I'm going to revoke your bond, put you in jail. No more PR bonds for you.
Yes, sir.
Tell me, what are you doing with yourself these days, Mr. Monroy?
Can you repeat that?
What are you doing with yourself? Are you in high school or
Yeah, I'm in high school. I'm currently in high school.
are you actively enrolled? You
Yeah.
attend?
Yeah.
Okay. Would you like a lawyer today?
Not.
You need a lawyer. You need a lawyer to represent.
Oh, yeah. Oh, okay, yeah.
This is a serious case. You're facing a year in jail.
Okay.
Has serious consequences. So I don't know if you plan on hiring one. Are you here with anyone today?
Yeah, I'm with my mother. She's back there.
Come on up, Mom. Last time I might need your help. Good morning. Thank you for coming. Are you familiar with what he's charged with?
Yes.
He's facing a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. I'm making it a condition of his bond that he's not to be in possession of any weapons. If you're not a United States citizen, you have to be very careful. If you go to jail and immigration finds you and you're not a citizen of this country, they will put an immigration detainer on you and you're going to sit in custody. You understand?
Yes, sir.
Do we have any co-defendants? This was Monroy.
No.
No one else? Okay. All right. So I am also making it a condition of your bond that you are to stay in school full time. I don't want you out in the middle of the night as well. Do you
Yes, sir.
understand?
Sir.
Nothing good happens out a 17-year-old at 1 or 2 in the morning. Do not pick up any new cases. Do not become a danger to my community. If you're shooting a gun up, what goes up must come down. If you're shooting it down and it ricochets and it hits someone and they get killed, who gets the charge? So I'm saying be very careful. There are appropriate places. In public, it's not an appropriate place. I was going to give him a lawyer today. Are you okay with this?
Yes.
Okay. I need you to fill an application for me. What I'm going to have you do is I will have you sign a reset with Ramona, and then I'm going to have you take a seat in the juror box while I get your bond conditions, and then I'm going to have you meet with a lawyer here momentarily.
Yes, sir.
Be careful while you're out there. Make smart moves.
Sure.
Understand? All right, come on.
Puede sentarse.
Are you Mr. Okonkwo? Good morning, sir. Sir, you're charged with criminal trespass. You speak English?
Yes.
Okay, you're charged with criminal trespass. You are facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir.
On February 3rd, 2025, an officer was dispatched to the student-only lobby at the University of Houston in Harris County, Texas, in reference to an unidentified suspicious person standing in the student-only lobby, accessible only by students and authorized staff with their key cards after operating hours. The officer observed defendant standing in the student-only lobby after the operating hours. The defendant was identified and recognized by a witness who had previously warned the defendant about being on campus after hours. Additionally, the defendant had been issued a previous criminal trespass warning for the entire university campus on February 1st, 2025 and October 4th, 2024. The witness stated the defendant had verbally acknowledged the warnings.
All right, Mr. Okonkwo, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case. I'm ordering you as a condition of your bond not to go back to the University of Houston. Do you understand? I'm going to do everything in my power to protect the public. If I find that you are going back, you endanger my public, I'm going to put you in jail. No more PR bonds for you. Do you understand? I know that there have been several issues at the University of Houston. Did they ever find what was, you know?
Not to my knowledge.
Do you have the ability to hire a lawyer, Mr. Okonkwo? I'm going to have you fill out an application for me. We'll see whether you qualify for an appointed lawyer. I'm going to have you go to Ramona, sign a reset. I'm also ordering you as a condition of your bond not to be in possession of weapons as well. Do you understand? All right, I'll have you sign a reset and then we'll have you take a seat in the jury box while we find you a lawyer, sir. Please. Good morning, Miss Washington. Ma'am, you're charged with driving while intoxicated. It's elevated to a Class A misdemeanor because of the high blow, so you were facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you now. Sorry?
I'll have an attorney.
Okay, we'll get there. Please.
Judge, on February 3rd, 2025, officers were dispatched to an accident at the 4900 block of Fondren Road in Houston, Texas, Harris County. The officers observed a gray 2016 Chevy Malibu to have struck a concrete pillar. The vehicle was still running and the defendant was in the driver's seat of the car. The defendant was the sole occupant of the vehicle. Officers spoke with the defendant and observed signs of intoxication, including poor balance, glossy eyes, and strong odor of alcohol and breath. Officer overheard the defendant tell Houston Fire Department she had a lot to drink. The defendant had just left a club called Good Mood and was on her way home. Officer administered SFTSs, HGN 606, and did not perform the other standard field sobriety test and was detained.
They took her back and she blew.
He was transported back to the station. You guys see red consented breath 0.0162 and 0.167.
Got it. Okay. Can you look her up, see if she has any priority to the eyes, please?
That's just.
And one more thing, whether she has a valid Texas driver license as well.
I will see priors.
Okay. Ms. Washington, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case. I'm ordering you as a condition of your bond not to consume alcohol, illegal drugs, or unprescribed controlled medication. I'm going to randomly test you. If I find that you're consuming alcohol or illegal drugs, I will revoke your bond, put you in jail. You understand, ma'am? You are not allowed to drive unless you have a valid Texas driver license and liability insurance, which are also a condition of your bonds. You violate those as well, you will end up going to jail. Do you understand? Yes or no? Did you see whether she has a valid license? Okay. Did you want to apply for an appointed lawyer, ma'am? Did you want to apply for a court-appointed lawyer? Okay. I'll give you an application. I'm going to have you sign a reason with Ramona, and then we'll have you take a seat in the jury box and then fill it out, and then we'll have you talk to someone here momentarily. Everything happens.
Today?
Yeah, today.
And come back to you.
I'll let the lawyer explain to you how it works. I can't give you legal advice. Thanks. You jailing more?
Yes, sir.
Yes or no?
Yes.
Sir.
Yes, sir.
And you're charged with criminal trespass. You are facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. You've worked out an agreement where they're offering you 120 days in jail with credit for the 56 days that you've done. You give up a lot of rights by entering the disagreement. You give up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal. Once you plead guilty, there's no, can never changes. You understand?
Yes.
This is what you want to do.
Guilty.
You're guilty of the offense, ma'am.
Yes.
Okay. It says here that you have a prior assault. Is this true or untrue out of the 488th District Court from last year?
This year, ma'am.
I'm not sure.
Did you have a prior assault last year? Is that true or untrue?
I don't think so.
Just abandon it. Yeah. Right. All right, ma'am, I'm going to find you guilty. I'm going to send you to the agreement. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr.
So
You going home?
Kind of, get sick of us. You are Esteban Zamora.
This is Esteban Zamora?
Sí.
Yes.
Mr. Zamora, you're charged with fleeing a police officer. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you, sir.
On February 3rd, 2025, an officer observed a vehicle traveling southbound making a legal U-turn and the rear of the vehicle fishtailed during the illegal turn. The officer pursued the vehicle by positioning their vehicle at the fleeing vehicle's rear with emergency flashers on. The officer witnessed the vehicle make multiple illegal lane changes without the use of a turn signal. Additionally, the officer saw the vehicle increase speed. The illegal lane changes were made within 2 car lengths of the vehicle the fleeing vehicle passed. The pursuit lasted approximately 0.7 miles before the fleeing vehicle finally came to a stop. The defendant was identified by his Texas driver's license. An NCIC inquiry revealed that the vehicle had expired registration and no insurance. The defendant admitted to having just left the bar and had the odor of alcohol on his breath. When asked why he didn't stop, the defendant said, "Oh, I didn't know, I'm sorry."
Attorney for Esther Manzano?
Yes.
So they didn't do any field sobriety tests, anything like that, huh? You're very lucky, Mrs. Zamora. Mrs. Zamora, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case. So you said he has, can you look him up to see if he has a valid Texas license?
You don't have a driver's license on file.
Do you know?
I think he does.
If you do not have a Texas driver license, you are not allowed to drive, Mrs. Zamora. I'm making that a condition of your bond. You must also have liability insurance as well. I don't know what your immigration status is, but if you're not in this country with permission and you go to jail and immigration finds you, they're going to put a detainer on you and you will be stuck like Chuck in custody until the case is over with, and then you get shipped off to immigration. That is a 9-month process in and of itself. Do not become a danger to my community. Do not violate these conditions. Otherwise, I will lock you up. And I'm telling you, ICE sweeps it on a daily basis. So if you spend any more than a couple of hours, they'll put their hands all over you. Do you understand?
Sí, en voz alta.
Do
Yes.
not drive. You also have a lawyer. It is your responsibility to stay in touch with Mr. Adrogan. He will tell you if and when you have to go back to court. If he tells me he can't get a hold of you because you're not responding to phone calls or text messages, likewise, I will issue a warrant for your arrest. I will have you come up here, swear to us that you're not going to drive. After that, I will get you to Ramona where we will have you sign a reset. And after that, you're free to go. Okay, guys.
Thank you, Judge.
No talking.
You were Edgar Manzano.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Manzano, you're charged with driving while intoxicated. Second offense. You're facing up to a year in jail and a $4,000 fine. You have worked out an agreement where they're offering you 180 days in jail to be probated for 15 months. You need to understand something, and let me make this loud and clear for you. This is now a second DWI. You pick up another one, what happens?
felony.
Right. Minimum 2 years in prison, a maximum of 10 years in prison. And you don't have to be falling down piss ass drunk for them to file a felony on you. All you need, because they're going to look at your record, you get pulled over, just strong odor of alcohol. That's all they're going to need. And then boom. That's it.
Only 20 years old, Judge.
It's freaking 20. When was the first one?
It was last year, Judge, in Magnolia, in Montgomery County.
Done? How are you? Even if you've had a sip of alcohol, I would never, even if you're 72, get behind the wheel because you're only going to hose yourself. If I find that you test positive while you're on this probation, I'm going to put you in a rehab facility. Do you understand? I want him tested a lot. He has two bond violations.
He's got an ankle monitor on him, Judge. And he would prefer to keep that.
I'm not taking it off.
Yes.
Right. You will be required to have this gram while you're on this probation. I can't pay for it though, so get ready. You know.
How much that cost, Judge? $350 a month?
East.
Understand?
Not allowed to drive either. I'm suspending your license for a year. Do you understand? Mr. Manzano, you're giving up a lot of rights by entering into this agreement. You give up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal once you accept this agreement. You can never change this, undo this. You are stuck with this for the rest of your life. Do you understand?
Yes.
I want you to understand something. You have 2 bond violations, and you've only been on bond for roughly around 180 days. Get ready because you test positive one time. I will issue a warrant for your arrest. Number one, you're looking at 180 days, but you will stay. It's not going to go well. A minimum of 9 months in a treatment facility. If you respond well to treatment, up to a year and a half in a facility in the jail. Do you understand? To successfully complete this thing. Has he already done a TRAS, Shatori?
Not yet.
You must do a TRAS, which is an evaluation to see what conditions you may need. If they assess further conditions, you must follow those conditions. Do you understand? They may say residential treatment. Due to the fact that you have 1 DWI not long ago, you have now another DWI, now you've got 2 bond violations, they may say residential treatment. So get ready. A DWI repeat offender education class, 3 victim impact panels, 20 Alcoholics Anonymous meetings. When should I say we like get that done pretty quick, you know, because he has a real recent violation. So let's do maybe 3 per week for the first now, starting up now, 3 a week.
You could do more. You could have done. Yeah. They have them there.
Well, no. I'm doing this in a specific way so that it lasts for a long time. I don't want you to do all of them at one time. I want to do 3 a week, and that's how we're going to do it because I want them to last for a long time. I don't want you to do them all in 1 or 2 weeks. No. Do you understand? We are going to craft a plan for you. I'm going to have you meet with clinicians. You're going to be evaluated to see how we go forward because, Mr. Manzano, I don't know you. I've never met you before. All I know is how you look on paper, and it just doesn't look good for a 20-year-old. So the idea is that we craft a plan so you don't kill someone out there and end up with a 40-year sentence because that happened not 3 days ago. Do you understand? No drugs, no alcohol, no breath test refusal, meaning that if you're pulled over in a car and an officer asks you to submit to a breath test, you must do it. If you don't, you're in violation of this probation. $100 one-time donation to Mothers Against Drunk Driving, 30 hours of community service, and a guardian interlock. Are you in high school now? What are you doing? Did you graduate from high school?
Yes.
Okay.
Judge, you said guardian interlock?
Right. So what happens is we have this order that we send to the Texas Department of Public Safety so that DPS in Austin puts something in their system so that every officer in the state knows that if you're pulled over, you're supposed to have a guardian interlock. So if you're driving a car that doesn't have a breath test device and they see you driving without it, they're going to arrest you.
He has no driver's license, Judge.
So this is what we'll do is we're now making another condition that he's to get his driver's license. Are you here with permission in this country?
No, he's not, Judge.
Okay, so then he can't get his license.
He'll never get a license.
You need to understand one more thing. You were lucky to be out. You go to jail and immigration finds you, they're going to put a detainer on you. Do you understand? So you have a lot to lose.
You still wanted him to get a guardian interlock?
Well, yes, we're going to do the order so that DPS knows it. But what we'll do is we'll have him with the scram. Okay. How do you plead to the offense, sir? Guilty or not guilty? I'm going to find you guilty. I'm going to send you to all these conditions. Get ready because I'm going to follow what the TRAS says. And whatever it says, that's what we're going to do. Do you understand? Okay. All right, guys.
Thank you.
So just wave his keys, and to me, I don't care about the money. It's never about the money. It's you doing what you say you're going to do and doing it the right way. That's what I care about. All I'm trying to do is prevent someone from dying on our roads because we don't need it. And you don't need to go to jail for 40 years because I'm telling you, every single day, someone dies from a DWI in our county. It's disgusting. Don't. When it's so easy, all you have to do is one freaking button on your phone, $30 will take you anywhere you need to go in this county. How much money have you spent the last 3 years on DWIs? When $30. Do you know what I mean? Hit the flipping button next time. For the next 15 months, your butt's mine, though. You test positive, I'm going to light you up. Do you understand? All right. Good luck.
You can sign Greg's project.